Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 267 of bulking to 75 kilos with calisthenics only, and we have another push day. Now, today, I'm gonna change up the way I do dips a little bit, and by that I mean the volume, because I really need to learn how to manage my volume, or I know how to manage my volume, but sometimes, things just slip out of hand. So, what I mean by this is, at the moment, I'm focusing on push-ups, right? And so I do one session of push where I do push-ups, and then on the other one, I do some dips instead to let my chest kind of recover from the push-ups while still giving it a stimulus. And last time, I did 10 sets of 10 reps with 50 kilos on the dips, or I should say, on the last set, I failed at rep number 8, but let's disregard that. Anyway, I did quite a lot of volume, and when I did the push-up session, I was still feeling, the stress on my chest and my triceps from those dips. Now, if you don't have a particular order of your goals, whether you want to get strong at dips or push-ups or whatever, this is fine. You just need to manage that you're recovering well all the time. But if you have a priority, like me, for me, I want to get strong at push-ups, then it's kind of a bad thing. You want to do everything in function of your goal. So for me, goal is push-ups. If I do heavy dips, it's gonna make my chest stronger, make the push-ups feel lighter. But if I do too much dips, it's gonna make me tired, which is not what I want, So that's why it's very important to manage your volume. And the way you do that is just by trial and error, I'm not gonna tell you here, sit here and tell you, oh, you need to do this amount of sets and reps and, this many reps in reserve. Who gives a shit, right? Just try some stuff out. So that's what I'm gonna do today as well. Last time I did 10 sets of almost 10 reps, right? That was too much. Today I'm just gonna do a bit less. I know that on the first session of dips I did 5 sets, which was kind of okay. Today I'm just gonna try and do 3 main sets, I believe, and then 1 AMRAP set. AMRAP set, if I can fucking talk. It's as many reps as possible, right? So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But first, as always, some planche on the menu. And yeah, for the planche, it's just the same as usual, I'm doing combos each time, trying to get them stronger bit by bit. And today, I would like to do 5 seconds to 3 push-ups to a press, if possible, because last time I did 3 push-ups, but I wasn't able to press. So I gotta get amped up for that one. Let's go. Fuck, let's do a rest pause. Alright, fuck. I failed, but I'm pretty sure this was better than last time when it comes to the hold after the press. Maybe I could have done bad form and pressed it like I used to do, but I'm trying to improve my form as well a little bit. So quite happy with this one. We'll get the 3 push-ups to press next time. By the way, at the moment, my body weight is a stable 75 kilos, The weight goal has been reached. I will probably talk about it more during the 3-month update of the bulk, but perhaps a full day of eating is, due, because now I'm not eating to gain weight anymore. I'm eating to maintain. I don't think my diet has changed too much from the last bulk, but perhaps it's interesting, If you're interested, leave a comment and I'll think about it. Holy shit. Whew. Let's just continue to do some combos, boys. 5 sets with just body weight. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, these presses are feeling heavy. Well, I am heavy. So, I guess, I guess I can't complain. One more set. Holy shit. Whew. Alright, that's 5 sets done of bodyweight planche. I'm gonna do one more set of assisted planche, because I mentioned in the beginning you have to kind of play around, manage your volume. That's trial and error. I feel like some of you guys, and I'm not pointing fingers, but some of you out there will take that as an excuse to just be fucking lazy and lower your volume. But it could just be that if you try to increase your volume, try to increase your work capacity, that you're making more, or that you start making more gains. So, don't just take it as lower your volume, no. See what the fuck's happening, Are you not tired from your training and you're not making progress? Perhaps you should up the volume, And today, I'll just do one more set of assisted planche as like kind of endurance work before the dips. And maybe, that's a bad choice. But that's something I'll find out, in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. So, yeah, let's give it a shot. Holy fucking shit. Whew, that's it. Okie dokie. So, planche training is done. Now I'm gonna move on to some forearms. Yes, I said I would do dips, but I realized during the training that it's been a while since I've done my forearm accessories. And the reason I realized is because, well, I felt a bit of pain in my forearm, Nothing too bad, but just a reminder that I have to do the accessory work, It's the boring stuff that keeps my forearm strong so that I don't injure myself during all these planche trainings where I try to become stronger, If I just train the planche and the planche only and don't do any accessories, there are going to be these tiny areas, in your body that just are not able to catch up, and you have to do some extra of those, just to stay injury free, to stay healthy. It's kind of like, the vegetables of your daily diet, which, of course you have to eat your vegetables before you move on to dessert, which in my case is going to be the dips. Although I shouldn't speak about that, because recently I've barely been eating vegetables. So you get the point. I'm going to do this 4 kilos lighter weight than usual. I'm not trying to aim for a PR today, which I usually do. It's very important to aim for PRs on accessories so that you're getting stronger. But today I'm just getting back into the swing of things. I'll be doing 4 kilos for some light and controlled reps. So let's go. Alright, so I guess I should mention this is like kind of a hammer lift. All the weight is on one side of the dumbbell. I'm trying to lift it up. And by doing that, I'm using this muscle here in the forearm, which in the planche as well, if you're pushing up like this, it's constantly under tension. So it's very important to have this muscle here running alongside your forearm to get it strong and sturdy. One more set, and then we can move on to dips. Alright, that was the warm-up set with 60 kilos, which is the working weight of the day. Holy shit, this is a heavy ball sack. Now, I'm gonna manage the volume like I said. Last time I did 10 sets of 10 almost with 50 kilos. Today I'm moving up to 60 kilos but only doing 3 sets. At least that's the plan. So I'm gonna try and aim for 3 sets of 10. I don't know how that will go. That's something I have to figure out because it's the first time I'm doing 60 kilo dips in probably more than half a year. So yeah, we'll see what happens, But one thing is true, you fuck around and you find out. I can keep guessing on how much I have to do, or I can just try and do something and learn from it, you know. So if the day is too much, I can learn from it. If the day is too little, I can also learn from it, you know, and adjust next time. So yeah, let's go. All right, 3 sets of 10. Difficult, but not too difficult, you know. Definitely had some more in the tank, but you know, the goal of these dips is really to just give myself a bit of a stimulus under heavier load, so that afterwards my push-ups feel lighter, which I have achieved with this, even though it wasn't my max. Now I'm gonna strip off some weight, go back to 40 kilos, and just do an AMRAP, you know, as many reps as possible. Let's see how that goes. I'm looking forward to it. Alrighty, so last set of the day, 40 kilos. And guys, I've mentioned this before, but train heavy, you'll feel light when you remove the weight. And it's even just like this fucking weight on my hips right now, you know. Before it was 48 kilos and I had to, you know, really walk like this, but now it's a bit thinner, it's a bit lighter, and it feels like a fucking luxury product, you know. So that's just the power of weight training, you know. That's how Goku got strong as well. Right from the beginning, he was delivering milk with fucking a weighted vest or like a turtle shell. So if Goku can do it, we can do it too, you know. Let's aim for some, how much are we gonna aim for? I wanna say 30, but I feel like I filled 30 last time. I don't remember. With a lighter weight. Anyway, we just have to do as much as possible, you know. Even if, let's say I do 30, but it's not my max and I stop, that's a fucking failure. So let's just do the max. Fuck yeah. Holy shit. Holy shit. Alright, that's... Whew. That's 27. Holy shit. When I say let's horsecock some shit, this is what I fucking mean, you know? If you don't know the meaning of the word, I mean, it was, I think, pretty much invented by Eric Bugenhagen, but it's to go fucking hard in your training, you know? With all the passion and all the power and all the might that you have. I feel like this set qualified for those, qualified for those statements. All right, whew, let's get this off of me and then discuss today's training. Okie dokie, so that's it for today's training, and well, I'm very fucking satisfied with this one, you know, because I feel like intensity-wise, it was kind of the sweet spot, you know. I'm, of course, very tired. I went hard on the sets, but at the same time, I feel like I'm going to be able to recover well, and I did not push to the point of like endurance stuff, you know. I went hard on strength, and now I'm able to recover, but I didn't go overboard in the volume, which, you know, it will allow my chest to be fresh for the next push-up day, where I just want to smash those 1,000 push-ups, you know. I'm very much looking forward to it. So anyway, I mentioned it briefly in the beginning, but one of the most important skills you can have in training, or I guess I didn't mention it directly, but one of the most important skills you can have in training is to like the ability to convince yourself to just try stuff out, you know. Many people, and by many people I mean myself, right? This is an issue I have myself. I oftentimes used to do way more than now even. Like I used to just think about training and it would always stay in my head, you know. I would never put it into practice, so I would think about, oh, how can I do things different? How can I do this and that? But then when it actually came to applying this stuff and trying it out, I was kind of lackluster, you know, because, oh, you know, I'm making progress already. Should I really try this? Should I take the risk? But the thing is, you can fantasize as much as you want about training, you know. Everyone can do that. But to put it into practice and then analyze, did it work? Did it not work? You know, can I do something better? Should I adjust the volume? Should I adjust the intensity? Should I, you know, change some exercises? To try that stuff out, you know, and be honest with yourself, that's an important skill to have. To just have the courage to try it, you know. And if it fails, well, it fails. But guess what? Even if it fails, you know, it doesn't fucking matter because, you know, you learn from it, first of all. So it's like, you know, it's a choice that you don't have to make in the future. But also, you know, if you're afraid of wasting time, you know, just keep in mind the fact that, you know, whether you're now in your teens or you're 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, right? Or even older, I don't give a fuck, right? You're going to be training for a couple more years. You have time here. Like, if you really do it well, if you do your training well and you enjoy it, you'll be doing it for the rest of your life. So even for me, right, I've been training for 9 years. And then I tell myself, like, oh shit, that's a long time, you know? I'm getting old. But I'm ignoring the fact that I'm 26, and then I'm probably going to be training for, you know, 80 more years or something, you know, if all goes well. So I'm not even at, yeah, I guess I'm at 10% or something, I guess. But like, you get what I'm saying? There is so much more time left. You can try whatever the fuck you want and find out if it actually works, you know? And that's the case for, you know, managing your volume, but also for everything else in your training. You know, that's also the case for how you think about your training, your mindset, you know, how you approach it. Everything that basically applies to training and everything that applies to your life, you know, because many things that apply to training apply to life and vice versa. Many things that apply to life apply to training. But anyway, that's it for today. I'm gonna head downstairs and have some fucking dinner because god damn it, it's 8 p.m. already and I still have to cook. Yeah. And then tomorrow I'll see you for a pool day, which, you know, I'll be targeting some weak spots. That's for sure.